welcome today. How are you? Good? You've been studying very hard? Yes. If you have any questions from the last time, you can see me after the class and we shall discuss. So today we are going again further in the detailed study of Sangita-Ratnakar. Charis are the very important movements in the dance, and all the treatises of dance have dealt with them in detail. So we are going to look into the way Sangita-Ratnakar has dealt with the charis. In the Nrityadhyaya of Sangita-Ratnakar, the analysis of chari has been mentioned in great detail. The main metal of chari is chara, that is chalana. This metal has been applied in ish pratyaya. Chari means speed. The synchronized movements of the feet, leg, thigh and waist are called chari. The process of synchronization, the acting and expression with the hands is called as chari also. Karana, khanda and mandala are known to be types of chari. Karana is done with one foot and it is different from Nritya Karana. 3 Karanas together make a khanda. 3 or 4 khandas together make a mandala. Chari can be performed in 2 ways, Bhaumi chari and Akashi chari. In that too, there are 2 types, the Marga chari and the Deshi chari. The Bhaumi chari is related to earth while the Akashi chari is related to sky. This means that one in which the movements of the feet are mainly on the earth is the Bhaumi chari, while the one in which where the movements of the feet are principally above the earth is Akashi chari. The Bhaumi's aim is Margachari, Sampada Sthitavarta Shakatasya cha Vicha. So in the shloka 902, 903 and 904, Sharangadeva lists out the Bhaumi charis and they are given specific names and specific details. So the Bhaumi charis are Sampada, Sthitavarta, Shakatavasya, Vicha, Ardha Adhika, Chasgati, Redaka Kridita, Samotsari Matti, Matrali Utspandita, Addita Spandita, Avaspandita, Baddha, Janita, Uruvrutta. These are the 16 types of Bhaumi chari. The writer has not differentiated between the Marga or Deshi chari here. But however, in the shlok, that is 607, the writer himself says that he will now use the term Deshi chari and has listed the aim of all the charis as Marga Deshi Gatascharya in shlok also 919. Based on this, we have divided and titled this section as the Margachari and Akashika aim in the Margachari. So in the shloka 905, 906, 907, you can see description of 16 types of Akashi chari: Atikranta, Parshvakanta, Mrugampluta, Urdhvajanu, Alata Suchi, Nupuravida,  Dandapada, Vidyut Bhranta, Brahmari, Bhujanga Trasita, Akshipta, Avidya, Adi Davrita. These are the 32 types of Bhaumi and Akashikachari as described by Sangita-Ratnakar in the Nartanadhyay. Now, let's talk about how Bhaumi and Akashikachari fall under the Deshichari. It is described in the shloka 908, 909, 910, 911 and 912. And it means that there are 35 kinds of Deshi Bhaumi Chari, that is Ratha Chakra, Paravritta Tala, Nupura Vida, Tirya Dahamukha, Marala, Karihasta, Kulirika, Vishabhasta, Katra, Pannarechita, Urutadita, Uruveli, Talodvrita, Harina, Nrittashika, Pucci, Ardhamandika, Tirya Kalanuchita, Madalasa, Sancharita, Utkunchita, Samakridinika, Langita Janga, Sfurita, Avakunchita, Sangita, Kutta, Swastika, Taladarshita, Puradi, Ardhapuradi, Sarika, Surika, Nikuttika, Latakshepa, Adashvetika. The aim of Deshichari and in the Akashikachari are further described in the shlokas 913, 14, 15. And this means that there are 19 types of Deshi Akashikachari, that is Vidyut Bhranta, Purakshepa, Vikshepa, Tarina Pluta, Apsakshepa, Umari, Dandapada, Ardhadharita, Ardhadrita, Alata, Jhangavarta, Veshtala, Udeshthana, Ukshepta, Prakshoktepta, Suchika, Vida, Pravartita, Ullola. So together 32 Margachari and 52 Deshichari make 84 Chari. Now let's look at some of the examples of Charis. Samapada, it means that two are similar, sama. This way two heels and the upper head, that is the ball, is moved in this manner. Then both the legs stand in Samapada with a distance of 1 vittasti between them. Though the male gender has been used in the description here, it has to be understood for a female performer as well. Samapada does not have any speed associated with it, yet as it has a suitability for speed, it is still understood as Chari. Actually, this is Samapada in the Syanasthana Kaka. However, it is also possible that the both Chari and Sthana Kaka. Then, if we look at the Sthitavarta Chari in the shlok 919, it says that doing an Agratala Sanchara, if it is taken towards the outside of the other leg and then from a swastika towards the inside of the knee, then if the other leg and its position is separated and taken towards oneself, then it is called Sthitavarta. Then let us say Shakatasya. Shakata is done by taking a pose with the front torso of the body and spearing out the legs in an Agratala Sanchara, and the chest is held high and out. This position is similar to pulling a cart to the front, and the performer should initiate it accordingly. So the name Shakatasya is referring to Shakata, that is the cart. Then you have Edika Kridita. But both the legs are in Agratala Sanchara. A light leap is taken and systematically fallen back. This is called Edika Kridita. Edika means a goat. Thus, Edika Kridita is supposed to be a movement similar to that of a leaping goat. Then, in some of the Akashika Chari, in the Marga, it is Atikranta. In the Shlok 942, 943, the movement in which one Kunchita leg is placed close to the other leg is lifted and spread out a bit and lifted some more, then according to the nature and rhythm with an ebb of about 4 beats, etc. is kept in the background with the point coming first is called Sharangadeva by Sharangadeva as Atikranta. Then you go to Suchi, which is 915 shloka. The movement in which the foot position at an angle is lifted and the leg is spread till the knee or the thigh, while the other bent leg is put down with the point coming first is called Suchi. Dolapada, the leg in the slanting position is lifted and is held by both hands. Dolita is called the Dolapada as talked in Shloka 954. In order to clarify the aim of Desi Chari in the Bhaumi Chari, 4 charis we have taken as example. Bhaumi Chari is Ratha Chakra. After making the hexagon, both the feet on the earth are slit either to the front or the back, is known as Ratha Chakra, Shlok 972. Parivartrita, Shlok 973, it is the movement in which the leg whose foot has been lifted towards the back is spread towards the outside, is called Parivritta Tala. Then Harina Trasika, when both the feet are kept in slanting position from a swastika and the performer takes a little jump, then the feet are stamped back on the earth, is known as Harina Trasika. And the Sphurita, when the legs with the feet firmly placed on the ground go ahead with speed, then it is known as Sphurita. Vidyuta Bhranta, the leg is lifted in front and spun around in a very fast manner and placed back on the ground. This movement is known as Vidyuta Bhranta. And then 1003 shloka talks of Dandapada. Here the performer makes a swastika with his feet and then turns them around angularly and throws them upwards. Sharangadeva called this movement as Dandapada. And the Vaishtan, which is shown in 1011 shloka, if one leg is coiled around another, it is called Vaishtan. Some artists and experts also call it Valanam Avadanam Valana. Charis are performed by movements of different parts of the body. It should be performed by the learned in Yuddha as well as Niyuddha in the form of Nritta, Nritya, Natya and Gati. However, the Hasta Pada are principal, it is said to be organized. The other is its expression. Postures and body movements is Sthanaka. Chari means speed and Sthanaka means situation or position or stagnation or stationary. Stagnancy or stationary always comes before any speed. One can get out of one position and use speed to get into another position. That is why Sthanaka is an essential part of a Chari. Chari and Sthanaka are inseparable. They go hand in hand. The body has a unique calm posture. This means the position where the body is devoid of any movement and it is stationary. It is called as the body's Sthanaka. The Sangita-Ratnakar mentions 6 sthanakas for men, 7 sthanaka for women, 9 sthanaka for sitting posture, 6 sthanaka for sleeping or supta posture, and 23 deshi sthanaka. So there is the list of the male sthanaka: Vaishnava, Samapada, Vaishakha, Mandala, Alida and Pratyalida. The female are Ayata, Atahita, Akhakranta, Agaman, Valita, Motita and Vinivatita. The sitting sthanaka are Swastha, Mandalas, Kranta, Viksha, Bhita, Utkata, Strastala, Janugata, Muktatanu and Vimukta. The sleeping postures are Sama, Akuchita, Prasarita, Vivartita, Udvahita and Nata. The Deshi sthanaka are Swastika, Vardhamana, Nangyavarta, Santan, Samapada, Ekapada, Prutottana, Chetushra, Varishnam Vida and so. Now we are looking into the sthanaka. There are male and female sthanakas. The male sthanaka are Vaishnava, that is done for Lord Vishnu. Samapada, this is done while availing the blessings of Brahmana or for examining the birds or while standing in a plain of a chariot or to show. Vaishakha, this is done for Lord Kartikeya. This is done while observing a stationary bird, while encouraging horses during war to exhibit the speed of a vehicle, etc. Then it is Mandala sthanaka. Now this is used for using weapons like bows and arrows, Vajra, or while travelling on an elephant or eagle. So these are the usages given of different sthanakas. Alida sthana is utilized in some of the sequences in expressing the brave, Veera and the anger, Raudra expressions. For instance, while showing the struggle of the Malla, the action of patting the hands and the thighs, etc. uses Alida sthanaka. Pratyalida is the complete opposite of Alida. The action of throwing or hitting a weapon involves Pratyalida. For instance, shooting an arrow involves Pratyalida in order to exhibit the expressions more clearly. Ayata, this is the sthanaka for goddess Kamala. This sthanaka is used when female friends, beloved, etc. sit and converse. It is also involved when flowers are offered on the Rangabhumi or while expressing intolerance, aspiration or envy, while indicating threatening, refusal, respect, etc. Expressing pride, seriousness, silence, invitation, immersion also involve Ayata sthanaka. Avahitta, it is used to depict worry, criticism, satisfaction, ethereal, discourse, awe, joy, grace. Ashwakranta, the act of depicting being seated on a horse or picking up a piece of cloth from the ground, keeping a secret while picking flowers or taking support of the branch or while having a conversation with someone, the Ashwakranta sthanaka is used. Tathagata, if we wish to depict sadness, then the performer lifts one leg and then remains stationary. Then with the opposing forces of Gati and Sthanaka, Gata-gata sthanaka is performed. Gata-gata. Valita, the body is bent to one side and the foot on the side towards which the body is bent. The toe is raised while the toes of the other foot remains on the ground. This movement is called Valita. It is used to depict aspiration and ambition. Motita, one leg remains straight while the other is bent and both perform a hastakar and take it upwards when it is known as Motita sthanaka. It is used to depict all state of Madana. Vinivartita, the opposite position of Motita is called Vinivartita. So, the 23 types of Deshi Sthanaka we have seen earlier. Now, just to make clear, let's discuss some examples below. Let's say Swastika, which is Shloka 1073. It says that this means that when the Swastika Sthanaka is done while using Hansaka Sthanaka, both the legs are bent and the last toes are placed close to each other, then the posture is called Swastika Sthanaka. Sanhata, the body is to be kept in its natural position. The toes of both the feet are placed together, then the Samhata Sthana is formed. The Samhata Sthana is formed when flowers are offered. Mandala Sthanaka, simplest. Sharangdeva has clarified that the sequence done with one leg is Chari, the one done with both legs is Karana, 3 Karana together form a Khanda and 3 to 4 Khanda together form a Mandala. Mandalas are of two types, Bhaumi Mandala and Akashika Mandala. Mandalas are performed when the act of shooting weapons is being depicted. Bhaumi Mandala. They are shown in a shloka 1142, 1143, 44 and 47. Then special groups of charis are mentioned as mandala. Sharangdeva clarifies this before itself. Here the types of mandalas have been detailed. Brahmara, Ashkanandita, Avarta, Edita, Adyartha, Edakka Kridita and such. There are 10 types of Bhaumi Mandala, Atikranta, Dandapada and so on. Then Shloka 1146, 47, 48 describes the Bhauma and Akasha Mandala have taken their names from the Bhauma and Akashika Chari. These mandalas are also used to depict the using of the weapons. The Akashika Mandala is principally required to depict the change in the war strategies. Charis is often referred to as Charana here. The deficit or excess of Chari does not pollute the mandala. For instance, the Charana might be less or more in Chaturashra and Trayashra Angahara. In the same way, Chaturashra, Trayashra Mandala may also have a varying number of Chari, and this does not ruin the identity of the mandala. In such a scenario, just like the Rechaka are used to balance the Angahara, the mandala is used to balance out. Now we will see two examples of each Bhaumi Mandala and Akashi Mandala. Bhaumi Mandala, let's talk of Brahmara. It is in the Shloka 1149, 1150. The right leg is on the ground while the left is in motion and the right is stationary. Then the left is Avaspandita or right is in Brahmara. Then the left is in motion and the right becomes stationary as in the Brahmara, and the left is Chashagati while the right is in Brahmara. In the end the left is in Spandita. The expert called this sequence as Brahmara. Bhaumi, it is given in 1173 third shloka. The both feet are in Chasha Gatam and it is the end of Brahmara Mandala position is taken. Then the entire sequence is known as Chasa Gatam. It used to depict sequences of a Niyuddha or Dvandva Yuddha. Akasha Mandalam. The Charis, then Sthanakas and the Mandalas. The Mandalas, Akasha Mandala and Bhaumi Mandala. So, we go into different shlokas that is given in Sangita-Ratnakar, different kind of Akasha Mandalas and 203, 204, 205, Lalita Akasha Mandala, that it is the right leg is in Suchi while the left leg is Apakranta. then the right goes into Parshvakanta and then into Bhujanga Trasita, while the left is in Atikranta when the right is in Akshipta. Left is in Atikranta and then sequentially goes into Urudvata and Alata. Then the right is Parshvakanta, left is Suchi. Then the right is Apakranta and the left also is Apakranta. Then this forms a Sanchara and this is called a Lalita Mandala. Now let us say Suchi Vidam, where the right leg is in Suchi and Brahmara. Then the left leg is Parshvakanta, then Apakranta, then right is in Suchi and left is in Apakranta. The right is in Parshvakanta. This sequence is called Suchi Vidam Mandala. In this manner, all the mandalas are discussed in detail in the Sangita-Ratnakara. This is very useful to the performers who are engaging in Nartana. This is the kind of research based performances that one can easily create, and one needs to do this to go back to what happened and then how do you take this further. So it is very important for you all students to study in detail these Shastras. Thank you.